So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Catherine Hampson here, and together with me is my husband Steven Hampson. So tonight what we're going to do is a Tagalog lesson, or I have to teach him or correct him whatever he will tell me. And he knows a little bit of Tagalog and Cebuano because he's been living in the Philippines for the past 5 to 6 years. 6 years, yes. So during that time, he's kind of adapting the culture, and also he's learning a little bit of our Filipino language. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
So,
oh.
oh, you ready? All right.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh naman.
Oh naman. Okay. So first thing is, what is your name?
Stephen.
No, you said it. Ask me what's my name in my language.
Ano ang pangalang mo?
Say it again.
Ano ang pangalang mo?
No. Ano
Ano
ang
ang
pangalan
pangalan
mo?
mo?
Say it again. One more time.
Ano ang pangalang mo?
Okay, that's better. Okay, so ang pangalan ko ay si Catherine Hampson. Okay? So now I'll ask you back. Ano ang pangalan mo?
I see Stephen Hampson.
Yeah, but you have to say ang pangalan ko.
ko. I see Stephen Hampson.
Okay, say it again. Ano ang pangalan mo? Oh,
Pangalan ko si Stephen Hampson. I see Stephen Hampson.
Say it one more time.
Ang pangalan ko, I see Stephen Hampson. And because you got your new glasses, you see Stephen Hampson too.
Yeah, so ilang taon ka na?
What?
You know this. Taon is year, right?
Yes,
So
okay.
ilang
Yes.
taon ka na? I'm asking you.
How old am I?
Yes.
Yes. 1 grey hair, 2 grey hair, 3 grey hair, 4 grey hair, 5 grey hair, 6 grey hair.
Mr. Yun. Saan ka nakatira?
Or where do you live?
Yes, where do you live?
Ako I see Stephen Hampson nakatira Sydney.
Nakatira
Sa
Sydney.
Sydney.
Say it again, one more time.
I can't say it again. That was all my concentration.
Okay, you tell me the body parts na lang. Body parts. Okay, you tell me. You point it out and tell me in Tagalog.
Ilong.
Okay, ilong.
Ilong dugot. Nosebleed.
Okay.
Mata.
Mata,
Eye.
okay.
And pili mata. Eyelash.
Pilik.
Pilik mata.
Yes,
Eyelash.
very good.
And knee pins. Knee.
Ngipin.
All my own knee pins.
Ngipin. Yeah, still perfect.
What? Tainga.
Tainga,
Yeah, tainga.
yes. Okay, tainga.
My
Okay.
biggies.
Tainga, yes. Okay. What
And-
else?
Olo.
Matigas ang ulo.
Matagas olo mo.
Yes, matigas
Ko.
ulo mo.
Ko.
Matigas
Mine.
ulo mo. Okay. What else?
Balikat.
Yes, correct. Balikat.
Olo. Paa. What?
Tuhod.
Tuhod. Balikat. Olo.
Ulo. Okay, you sing the song.
Paa. My feet.
Tuhod.
Tuhod. My knees.
Tuhod, not tuhod.
3 hood. 2 hood. 2 hood. My knees. Balikat. Olo.
Okay, very good. And then, what do you like about Philippines?
My wife.
No, what do you like in Philippines? I mean, aside from me.
Learning a different culture and different people and different way of working and thinking, and expanding my horizons, and kind of it's a mix of Western and like different influences. So understanding and realizing there's different importance for different people. My experience and what I was brought up with is quite different, but that there's not a right or wrong. It's just a different perspective and a different understanding of people's values and what shapes their values and what's important and the way people live. It's also, in some ways, a mixture of like Western and Asian kind of countries, so it has these different influences, which causes, in some ways, paradoxes within the people and within the country, because they're kind of brought with those multiple influences. So I mean, I had to manage people, so understanding what motivates the local workforce versus what motivates a more Western workforce, and what's important and how to deal with people as well. But there's also that exposure to a lot more extreme poverty and the way people deal with life in certain circumstances, understanding and kind of why that may be and how people deal with it. For example, disabled people, mentally ill people are trying to elevate it to given jobs and things like that, and you don't. Whereas in Philippines, sometimes you would worry about their safety in that environment. But I think there's other places that are starting to employ people like that, and that's good to see. But yeah, poverty and disease were the bigger challenges.
If you will be given a chance, do you want to retire in the Philippines?
I don't know. That's a long way off.
Okay, well, it's just a question.
Yep.
But do you see yourself retiring in the Philippines or not?
I don't know. I mean, at the moment we can't even get into the Philippines.
So next question would be, how do you cope up with the different languages in the Philippines?
So, when we didn't live in the Philippines, when we lived in Singapore, most of the people you talk to, the Filipinos that you dealt with, came from different parts of the Philippines, and they would speak Tagalog. So you would speak Tagalog with them, and therefore your influence on me was Tagalog. And
also there because we're watching
Yep.
the
So
movie.
also because the Filipino TV was in Tagalog, so I could learn Tagalog from the Filipino TV.
Which is TFC, the Filipino channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
So actually moved to the Philippines. We're in an area, the Visayas. So we would speak Bisaya or Cebuano, which is a very different dialect to Tagalog. So my interactions in the Philippines were in a completely different dialect, being Bisaya. So then I had to suddenly switch from Tagalog to Bisaya. Which I kind of look up to, like yourself and people who can do that, because they get taught it quite natively. I had to learn suddenly Bisaya, so I got stronger in Bisaya. But the other thing was Bisaya had a basis in Spanish, so a strong Spanish influence. And of course, Spanish is a Latin language, and it has similar roots to, for example, Italian and other early Latin languages. So it was easier for me to understand because there are phrases in Spanish that relate to words that live in English, or there's a commonality at least So things like
Can you count the numbers in Bisaya?
unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco,
Uno, dos,
tres, cuatro, cinco,
seis,
seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10. So
Okay.
so it was, I could reinforce that language, and it was easy to learn as well because I could learn Spanish, or because Spanish people would speak Bisaya, even if I didn't understand all of it, there was enough words from Spanish that I'd have an idea of, that I could interpret what they said. So I didn't necessarily understand every word, but I knew enough words to understand the sentiment of what they tried to say to me, which is what communication's about. So the trouble was responding back to them, because I didn't have the vocabulary to respond back. So even though I could understand, I didn't necessarily have the words to quickly respond back. Because for me, understanding is easier than speaking. I wasn't afraid to ask questions or clarifications and learn, so that when I went to things like the market, I could speak to people who I couldn't expect them to speak English, because that's not fair. But I should be able to understand and communicate with them, even if it's in a very basic way. And so I appreciated their patience with me to understand me, and also to help teach me. And then I could find the storeholders who would treat me the same. And in fact, some storeholders used to treat me even a bit more special, because they realised perhaps they identified me and I kept on coming back. Or they'd look after me, kind of take pity on me and look after me. So I appreciated that.
How do you find Filipinos? How do you find Filipino people?
Every single person is different, so it's wrong to classify a whole race of people by the experience of, by one word or a few words.
But in general?
Yep, but it's wrong to classify a whole race of people by my experience with some, and just summarize it up, because there's good and there's bad. There's very friendly and very rude, but that exists everywhere. So it's not fair to say, characterize, for example, a good or bad experience, to say that applies to everyone.
What do you like to do the most when you have free time or during weekends?
In the Philippines?
In here.
Spend it trying to get my wife off her phone and watching YouTube videos so we can actually do something interesting. Okay, let's go to the gym.
Alright, so that's all for now, guys, because we will have to... it's 8 p.m. here.
No, it's 10 past. Yep.
Yeah, so we have to go to the gym because...
And I'm gutom na.
Gutom na. Yeah, gutom. You already have snacks. You're gutom already.
Yes, but I want to go to the gym, then I can have my dinner.
Okay, so we're going to go to the gym right now, and then probably we'll spend like 1 hour exercise, and then we have to come back home, and I have to prepare dinner, and then early night for us, because tomorrow will be my big day, because it's gonna be my first day of school. So wish me luck. Thank you for granting my
And how would you say
request.
thank you in Tagalog and Bisaya?
Thank you is maraming salamat po in Tagalog. In Bisaya is daghang salamat or salamat kaayo.
Walay sapayan.
Walay sapayan, yes. So Steven is learning a little bit of Bisaya and Tagalog words, but I really don't have patience on teaching because he doesn't want to learn anyway. Yeah, so we just kind of keep on speaking English at a time, even though some words, there's a differences between American and Australian English. And thank you very much for watching this video. And I hope that you will subscribe for more of our videos as well. Okay, so bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.